a lot. We were questioning it before. How's communications going to be? How are they going to work together? Are they going to be a synergized team? And now things have changed so much that they are a unit. Now the real question is, Mirror Curse, yay or nay?
What's going on?
I can't control the powers anymore, man. I mean, at this point, me and LaFell can't control the powers.
It's out of your hands.
It's out of our hands. The team just go too ham. Earlier, RSGSG, we both voted for RSGSG. Turns out it was a blessing.
Oh no!
That's not a good look. There's no consistency to this curse.
If you can't harness your powers, what can we expect?
With great power comes great responsibility, but unfortunately, that responsibility is out the window for Mirko.
If anything, it's in these players' hands now.
Yeah.
We can say what we want, we can predict how we want, but it's not gonna come down to us. We can just call the match, we see what we see, but it's gonna have to come down to them, and I can only imagine the weight on the shoulders of the young Carlos, young best player one.
We got to walk it through, right? Because number one, a lot of people are comparing him to MobaZane. And I've heard from a couple of NACT casters and even amongst the community that there's still that big debate, whether you're a MobaZane fan or whether you're a best player fan. At the end of the day, it's about where the meta is going to be leaning more towards to. Obviously, MobaZane is more going to be flexible and trying to fit himself in as many spots as possible. But best player.
That's right. Best player, prepping up. You'll see him off camera, but this is Hoon right now. Just playing some Fanny. This is odd, but I guess that's what you get when you play with the Asus Republic of Gamers ROG Phone 7. It's the official gaming partner of MSC 2023. The ROG Phone 7 comes with the Aero Active Cooler 7 that provides you with a portable 2.1 sound system, and alongside the spectacular 165Hz AMOLED display, you can play games like you never experienced before. Check out Hoon right now, who's prepped up. Like after the ROG Phone 7, I'm pretty sure he's carrying that buff over as we get into the match.
Most definitely. I mean, looking at that, he was warming up on a Fanny when he's playing in the mid lane, but again, Fanny's probably the best way to warm up your fingers.
More than fingers.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have some kind of precision and level of warm-up, and especially at the international level, you can't afford to miss even by a pixel. We've seen teams really abuse, like getting hit by the last hit of Minotaur. You're just right at the very edge, just so you can close the distance as soon as you can. I'm very excited for this matchup because, again, we didn't get to see enough of Hoon last year.
It seems you're not the only one excited because this Cambodian crowd, I gotta give props to them again, man. I already gave them enough props, I think, in match love that they have for the game. This is insane, and I think we're just gonna get straight to the drafts, bro.
If anything, all the players on stage are anything but Cambodian. So that just shows how much they love MLBB, how much they love ONIC, how much they love Outplay. And boy, oh boy, with the draft coming up, we're about to find out exactly how far we're gonna be pushing the meta-shifting competition. Here we go. It's a drafting phase for game one.
Guys, OP, come on, OP!
ONIC answering back, there goes the Kadira, the Valentina, and of course ONIC just covering their bases. Ain't no 1-1 today. No, basically, not for you.
What the?
For you.
It's going to be difficult to actually predict some of these drafts. You know, I was coming in very, very confident on day number one, but considering that a lot of teams have many different styles of play, it's very easy to get overwhelmed with many different angles that they can actually take. Considering that Outplayed here are looking to ban out both Valentina as well as the Kadita, they're making sure that one of their flex picks for mid as well as Rome are taken out. And more importantly, we've seen how devastating Valentina overall as a mid laner is. Like, oh yes, wow, you want to be Eve? That's totally fine. I'll steal your ult and I will outscale you.
Talking about Eve, it's still out there. ONIC answers back, taking out the Fredrin. I think they know that it's a flex pick. Despite Best Player 1 being known for his assassin picks, Ureshi might as well flex. And again, if you put a hero that's about as deadpan as a Fredrin, that gives Ureshi all the more the flexibility to watch the map, make the calls, and take control.
When he makes the calls, you need to put him in a very good matchup. You know, often you want to put him in a winning matchup. So something like the Arlet could definitely come through first for Outplay, just to give him that stability in lane. But for Outplay, they're just taking a few of these heroes that are looking like Sans' heroes, all three of them.
Yep, no Gila Sans, no.
Finally, we get to see the glue ban. I was getting a little scared there whether ONIC was going to just kind of let it open and say, yes, if you want to go get glue for yourself or farm, it really doesn't matter to us. But finally, glue gets banned out, and first pick going over to OP. What are they going to lean towards? What are they going to prioritize? Especially when I'm looking at Coach Dale, right? Previously, he was under Homeboys in Malaysia, and he's done a lot of wonders for a team that never makes it far in the playoffs.
ONIC will definitely win.
See how far he's come? Prior to that, he was in Myanmar, right? So again, you have to consider the depth and the breadth of this man's knowledge. Like how do you think he's thinking? Is it Hoon? He's going to give the Eve here?
I think that definitely could be the answer for this composition. And Eve gets first pick here for OP. We've seen many times before. Right now, it's actually in a 100% ban/pick rate. So it is the most popular pick for MSC 2023. And especially considering, you know, Dale has experience coaching for lot of different regions for
all of the regions.
All the regions technically now. He definitely had
Definitely.
picked here for OP. We've seen many times before. Right now, it's actually in a 100% ban/pick rate. So it is the most popular pick for MSC 2023, and especially considering Dale has the experience of coaching for a lot of different regions, for
all of the regions.
All of the regions technically now. He definitely understands that stability is very important to create that spectacular draft that you need. This is one of the founding, or this is one of the foundations for the draft that he wants to create. And Yves is just perfect against the Pyramus and everything that's open for ONIC.
Exactly. I mean, Pyramus is basically out of the pool at this stage of the game. ONIC, they're going to go for the Lancelot as well as the Claude. The Swiss Army knife of the marksman lane, and more importantly, one of the best junglers that we've seen so far, getting his hands on the top meta pick in the jungle role, Lancelot.
So far, so good between OP and ONIC in the first phase. Nothing out of the ordinary. We might not have to see Coach Dale, Coach Adi, and Coach Yeb flex as hard. But then again, as I say those two names, those three names in total,
Franco.
Is Dale not outnumbered? Yeah, sure, he's played for outplayed, but that's two brains on the other side.
It's Adi and Yeb.
Two geniuses.
Two of the brightest minds in MPL Indonesia, most definitely. And I think they're working together really well because Yeb handles the draft for the most part. Adi handles the in-game stuff. And that mix has really made ONIC level up. But as we mentioned, Arlet for Ureshi. Just a solid pickup here. They go for the Kufra. What do you think about that?
I personally like it because, again, you're seeing two dashing heroes. Obviously, Mincetar would be the absolute counter. I will let you go out of here. But at least with Kufra, you have that flexibility and more, I would say, a safer way to look for these initiations.
Yep, it's the better way to set up a box. It doesn't make you go all in. If you go Mincetar Eve, it's so honest. You're so sure. Now, the young man on screen right now, the young Kyrie Rayos del Sol, said, if
Next game the Franco
lucky
for
in MSC,
sure.
I'm disappointed that BTK didn't make it, but it's not luck. They're the second strongest in NA, but I just think, and I feel sad for Mobile Zane. Oh, wow. He's built a bond with his colleague in the NA. He wants to work with him again, and of course, he wants to see them there, but no matter what happens, he just wants to win.
Just like a true competitor, quoted like an absolute champion here. Now let's come back into the draft. I'm seeing the Bane getting banned out, right? See, this is the meta shift that we're talking about. Something that we might expect to get picked up by or outplayed at some certain point. But that's not all, right? We do see the Farsa also get banned out. Fanny as well. That's what I was going to point out later on. But Coach Yab, he is on it today.
At this point, they might just go for the Lilia ban, man. That's the other hero. That's the only other hero that I think Sans has played in the mid lane as a mage. Sure, we've seen him on Lunox, we've seen him on other heroes, but in this meta, I think the Lilia should just be the next ban for outplay. If that's the deal, they want to shut Sans down so hard. And yeah, called it 5 bans to Gila Sans.
Mr. Worldwide, not showing any quarter to the MPL ID Season 11 Grand Finals MVP.
The
Target
smiles,
mid.
What's left? Yeah, Kyrie knows. Yo. Dale is serious.
More like Kyrie's like, finally, it's not me this time. Oh boy. I do hope to see something a little unorthodox from ONIC, right? You know, a lot of questions have
All
been
5
asked about
mids,
whether
man,
Gusion might actually come back into the meta, whether or not that's going to be good. But they're forced into farmers. They're doubling down on this.
0% win rate, man. I think the stats speak for itself, especially up against an Arlet, Kufra, and Yves. Not too sure about this Pyramus pick.
I agree.
Has it come to the point where Pyramus has been nerfed to the ground?
I wouldn't say that he's been nerfed to the ground, but there's just too many things that interact with his abilities that make him pretty obsolete. I think in this case, at least it's somewhat of an insurance policy. Maybe a 1.5 seconds buffer before the rest of the composition comes into that backline.
And now a statement from Hoon on how he feels about representing NA for MSC. He's not that proud to be here because, again, they're second place, but he'd like to tell his opponents that only one team gets to have revenge, and that's us. Oh, that confirms it. They're out for blood.
99.9%. I asked them, me and LaFell actually asked them, what are the chances of you guys winning MSC? Dale responded 99.9%, so the confidence is still there. The Martis and the Beatrix, a solid front to back composition. They want to be placed in that box, and they want to live comfortably in that box.
Such a traditional siege composition, but if we're looking at ONIC, they want to go straight into that backline. They want to dive as hard as they possibly can. If they can punish Kun in the earlier stages of the game, I think it's very possible. But that's the relationship between the the EXP and as well as the jungle, both of which I think Outplayed have their eyes on. I mean, look at these matchups, right? Arlet should be able to hold on for a good amount of time, pre-level 4 against the Yutong for a good amount of time. Maybe you won't be able to rotate fast at level 4, but at the end of the day, if you push him back into the box, it's rough. And ONIC, one step ahead, locking in. You want to find in the box? No problem. We have an insurance policy, and we have a Minotaur.
So much AoE for both compositions. I mean, the Faramis and the Minotaur
I
with
love
the
ONIC,
quad
but I'm
and the
supporting
lance.
OP
Oh
today.
my lord, so many.
ONIC klarar är
AoE.
massa
So it's
igen
just
sig
gonna
här
be
med.
both teams looking to skirmish.
ONIC klarar är
And
massa igen
again,
sig med.
the key here is going to be the re-engage. Let's see what the world thinks. A majority, of course, going over to ONIC, and yeah, no, it's all ONIC, so OP definitely the underdog.
Wait, hold up. Singapore, a large majority of Singapore is leaning towards Outplayed here.
Jag trodde ONIC linje, but OP klarar är massa igen
also rooted
sig med.
against RSG's opponents 2 times, you know, Phoenix and Evo. So I don't know what's going on in Singapore.
It's about maximizing your MSC guest points. That's the main idea. You got to start looking for these competitors that can double, triple your profits as we're starting to jump into the game.
Here we go, game 1 in the best of 3. This is for that slot in the knockout stage. Outplay going up against ONIC.
Outplay are in dangerous territories here. ONIC have already gotten 1 win. If they lose here, especially 2-0, they're gonna have to go up against Burn X Flash, home ground advantage to secure the knockout stages.
Now, let's keep in mind here, looking at how the starting lineup is going to be, especially for both compositions, we're not seeing anything funky happening. It's very standard, very default for both sides.
Yep, no double XP start, so it's a man-to-man roam, but look at how deep Sans is. What's he thinking here?
He just wants to get vision. This is how Sans usually plays with the recalls as well. He's got to be careful here, though. Offset the channel stampede, good read. Kyrie able to secure the lethal Wanderer. Something I want to bring up, though, is Reshi's choice of talent here. He actually went for the Unbending Will instead of the tenacity that we usually see on Arlet.
I'd say 9 out of 10 Arlets these days play the Unbending. Well, 1 out of 10 play the Unbending Will. The other 9 would play the Tenacity.
Personally, for me, I love it. I love the Unbending Will because the main idea is if CW decides, I'm going to jump into the middle of this fight, somebody needs to finish him off. And obviously, it's clear that CW...
Shark!
He should be okay, right? Yeah, totally fine. He's able to battle mirror image in time. But at the end of the day, right, it's going to be whether or not this Arlet can take out CW during the mid-game. Towards the later stages, it's going to be a little bit harder.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at it again, both teams are just playing it super slow. They both want to contest for the first neutral objective, having a Martis and a Lancelot. So they are going to be transitioning over to that XP lane just in a bit, and you'll see already, yeah, Faramis, Sans first on the board towards that XP lane.
I think a lot is riding on Kyrie's shoulders because you can't expect Keyboy to just walk in freely and get him no inferior in the middle of the box to change the fight, right? Kyrie is going to have to bait out a couple of spells, and this is what we're seeing here. Keyboy is going to hit level 4 before joining.
Okay. Charging in, already Shark, Challenge Advantage, going to be able to connect off the boost, but he doesn't have the time for it just yet. Kyrie with the Phantom Execution, cancelled away. Boost looking to re-engage, already onto base player 1, who will use the Mortal Coil to disengage. Oreshi in the midst of it all right now, caught in, has the final slash to get the reset on the Vengeance. Holding on to that turtle. Sans trying to zone best player away as he pops in a Mortal Coil. We're going to be knocked up. He does have the Minions Fury right now, and he will be able to use it right now with the Ultra to help them out. Kyrie plays Retribution battle as best player 1 is forced to back away. The RWM locks them in place, but Kyrie and Sans jumps to the back. It's Reshi who finds a trade back, but it's only the Roamer here traded in, and he is caught in a tough spot. Able to use the Vengeance once again. Sans knocked up, has the Shadow Stampede, but Silent Rage locks him down. Sans might just be taken down here, but Kyrie finds in the trade. Sans falls in the back. Shark now going to be targeted down by Booth, who's looking for the kill. A few more hits should do it, and he does not have Flicker. ONIC win out. It's a 3 for 2, and they get the turtle.
What a long extended fight there. While all this was happening, CW did get chunked out pretty hard, forced to recall early on. Basic is holding on very nicely. Now, the real question is, how are they going to play for these upcoming neutral objectives? We saw what it looks like. Unfortunately, for Outplayed, it's a little tough to get in on these fights, especially when Keyboy has his ultimate.
You see that OP understands that their strength, or at least in a 50-50 matchup like this, lies in the re-engage. They really tried hard after baiting out a few ults from ONIC. They had that step in, but from there on, ONIC understood that, yeah, no, you can get a better re-engage But when we're able to split you up and go for the 2-for-1s when you're not ready for it, they're going to win out, and that's what got them this 1K gold lead in under 4 minutes.
Can we also talk about the fact that every time we've seen a Minotaur so far, it's not like everybody immediately starts switching over to Purifies, right? Nobody on the side of OP decided to go Purifies. They wanted to have their flickers available to make the play, that re-engage like you talked about. They don't want to sit there and anchor down.
They technically have 3 people with anti-CC, Vengeance, Mortal Coil, and the RWM. So maybe that's the reason as to why they're not going for that. For basic, I think on the Beatrix, it's just natural to go for the flicker, right? You don't really want to go on that Purify. It gets you out of the lane so easily, and yeah, the Purify is just not a good mix, I think, with the Beatrix.
If anything, it's ONIC who's respecting that fact, right? The RWM is on almost for sure catch. But look at this, Shark. Touch it up!
Oh, nice.
Okay, good shot, but Sans brings them back. The Shadow Stampede, Kyrie now dealing some damage, poking him down. Best player already 1 level down. Kyrie has a level of advantage. He can actually get 2 levels.
And that cost Shark nothing, that cost Outplay nothing. So they know that for the next minute or so, Sans can purify.
Yep, they know that for a fact. More importantly, the ultimates are all available for both sides. But wait, hold on.
Okay, best player 1 has just used the Retribution. Kyrie able to dash away from the Tyrant's Revenge, and that should just be a free turtle over to ONIC. He baited out that Retribution super quick. Shark still is trying to give the team vision, trying to give space for the rest of the team to work with it, as in the bottom lane, Ureshi is getting out-leveled as well. It might be a solo kill. Boots jumps in, the passive is fully on. Kyrie doesn't decide to rotate down below, but Ureshi is forced to use Flicker defensively.
I think they're going to convert on this. Are they going to? No, Kyrie's not going to break from his path. He needs to make sure he ends up on that top side of the map rather than helping out with the bottom side, because it generally, you're not really going to interact with Arlet anyways, and half the time it's going to be Basic who's going to get targeted down in these major fights. On the other hand, right, best player has not been able to find the space and time to really get in on this, right? Early game Martis, you're expecting to get early decimates, to finish off kills, but the way that ONIC is moving across the map, making sure that there's no holes in their defense.
I'm loving the pressure that ONIC is placing down on the OP. It's slowly but surely. They're not ballooning out of control. It's a slow 1K, 2K gold lead over the past 6 minutes, and because of that, they're winning the lanes. ONIC, bottom and top, even mid. Look, it's a 2v1, and then here up top it's a 3v3.
And they're sandwiching OP.
Look at the positioning. Yeah, no. And yeah, they leave Ureshi down bottom, but I'm not so sure what he can get there.
Boy Minute Fury, no Purify, and that's what it does. Everybody locked down. Who's going to be falling right there as he pops in the real world manipulation to sustain. Best player 1 rotating up top, but he's a bit too late to the party as he's going to be chunked down. Shadow Stampede not just connecting just yet. Tyrant's Revenge blocking Kyrie down, the bouncing ball as well, stopping him from using puncture, but he still is able to play it slow to get out of that situation as ONIC just pick up a free turret.
Really good timings on the Thorn Rose, dodging a couple of hits, and especially dodging the turret shots to put him into lethal range. 30 more seconds till Turtle comes back up, and if you look at the altar, Sans should technically get his full altar relatively soon. In the meantime here, Boots, with that 1 kill lead, and especially with the Black Dragon form, and the fact that he is able to disrupt so many members from the side of OP, all of their flickers are basically down.
Well, synchronized, Shark get a catch.
Bouncing ball as well. Kyrie locked down, but he just stays there. Thorn Rose puncture out. Calm, cold.
All right, admit it. Who is sweating here? You have to admit, you gotta be a very confident jungler to sit in front of the nearest Ashen, open up the sidebar just to see the items.
Here we go again.
T-Boy and Sans brought together. CW is already down below right now. Chunking Shark pretty low, half HP. Doesn't have the regen, it seems, right now. CW is going to be able to regen back up. It seems like Kyrie is able to clear out the purple buff already. Getting that level lead once again. Secure the turtle. There's no contest from Outplay. They tried their best to go for the mid lane. There might actually be a contest right now. Ooh, Retribution going to be able to secure that. Minus Fury and the knockup onto Ureshi as Boots isolates the members. The Petrify connects onto Hoon, and that's Boots diving all the way under the turret, waiting out the real world manipulation, but the call also comes down to save Boots. He's still very low. Final slash in the back. T-Boy going to be able to knock 2 members up as CW pokes them down. Not enough damage just for now. Ureshi is going to be executed by the President. Execution. Kyrie on the back. He keeps on going. He might get shut down though. Kai finally down in the shutdown, but it's also a wipe out for ONIC as early as the 8th minute of the game.
You see how the 2K, 3K gold lead came into play. They were able to juggle underneath, and yeah, Shark keeps getting these catches, but to no avail, there's no follow-up.
Wait. Okay.
He's good. He's good. Shark is able to walk away from that, but you got to admit, Kyrie sees angles that most people don't, and the fact is, they knew, and especially when you're looking at Hoon here, he played it as great as he can, right? He was managing the shot residue. He quickly dropped down the real-world manipulation to keep himself alive, but look at the angle that Kyrie finds to hop the best player right on top of Hoon to secure this kill, buys enough time for the rest of the team to start wiping them out.
I mean, it was a wipeout for the cost of maybe a couple on the way out, but they converted out their minds, went all the way as deep as tier 2 in mid. So that's a main artery that Outplay cannot farm from anymore. And it's not like basically he's having a great time. You see how CW was just free farming, free hitting in mid?
He is just getting so much gold here. Let's look at 2,000,
almost 2,000 ahead.
God, this is not going to be an easy game at all. And the worst part for Outplayed is the fact that their tier 1 structures are already gone and the mid tier 2 is gone. The entire jungle is basically Kyrie's at this point.
Best weak side goal laner in Indonesia, CW, right? We named him that, and right now he's showing it. A lot of them rotations early on was mostly just 2 words, boots, getting him ahead in that winning matchup already. And CW, they perform up so well. And the fact is, you know, I think I saw Shark more often in the gold lane. So the fact that he's able to just sustain, this is why the Claude gets picked up. The Swiss Army knife with a Purify as well, unkillable.
Shark's not only in the gold lane, Shark is in bushes wherein he's looking for kills that Outplay has no business going for. He started doing this at about minute 1, minute 2, and it's not converting. So I'm guessing it was a tempo misunderstanding between the rest of the team. So yeah, no, now Outplay is catching up. There's no way they're going to contest this. Sure, there is a push up top that basically bought for them, but no, the one scores the first Lord for ONIC here, slowly ballooning up to 7K ahead in 10 minutes. And a free turret too, there's nothing OP's getting.
Yep, they're not getting anything, but that's totally fine here because remember, OP have high ground defense, and I think that's going to be really important. We've seen in the last match what high ground defense does for you. It buys you that extra bit of time, and if you have to drag this out to 20 minutes, OP are going to have to make the attempt to do so.
All right, what are you supposed to do right now, right? I mean, for Outplay, I think there's only one response to this play. It's to just turtle up in the base.
That's right.
But ONIC have a pretty good siege comp.
Don't push it, don't push it. Starting up with the RWM, pop that holy shield.
They're not going to get enough off of this, and I think even ONIC recognizes that, man, this Lord's too weak. We'll wait for the next one. And I think even for Outplayed, where do you go from here? Who can you really punish? Because Keyboy, he can hold on, actually hold OP hostage with the Minoan Fury. You never know when he's going to come in with it.
Okay, that is great. Shark already just fully committing onto Keyboy, but the Ultra saves him, and the Minoan Fury with a flicker in front. He finds 3 members under the base turret, though. No minions coming down. That was a mistake. Keyboy loses his life. ONIC now still disengaging. They've gotten enough damage onto the base turret to say, I'm happy with the trade, but they cannot go for more.
Signs of life from Outplay, and again, it rings true that one thing that they should do at this point, approaching 12 minutes into the game, down almost 8K, is to stay in their base, defend up, build up on Hoon, who I think is maybe short one more. He needs one more main item for these high ground defenses to not just stay inside their base.
Absolutely. Look at the items. Look how far Sands is ahead of Hoon right now. Very, very far. Very, very far in terms of the items. 3 items to 2, and even better yet, he is stacking up very fast. So the more they climb...
What the fuck?
Bursters, at least for Sands, he knows he's going to get value to set it up for CW.
Probable CW, did you see that? Right, they're already trying to funnel onto CW, so it's already a very different ONIC to the last time we saw them. Remember, at M4, it was Kyrie-centric. Now, it feels very balanced.
And isn't that the same way that EVOS Legends have evolved too?
Yeah.
They've been able to say, you know, it's not just about brands. Now it's just not about Kyrie. We will let y'all do your thing. And yeah, Sands was the MVP then, but here you see him that he's ready to save his teammates. He's ready to dive in there, maybe even die for the cause. But I'm hoping that they don't have to do that. Because again, now who's on the other foot? ONIC, what do they have to do? I'd say wait for the Luminous Lord. They'll crash in, and I'm seeing at least 2 inhibitors going down.
Yeah, you know, at least for Outplay, they're playing extremely disciplined right now. They know that walking out of the base is just a little too risky, especially with the gold lead developed by ONIC. 8.2K so far, the current gold deficit, and with the next 42K mark from the side of ONIC, you can expect that their cores will have at least 4 of their core items. It's rough to begin with, and I think 2 more Lords until OP is able to equalize.
2 Lords, maybe one of them stolen. Like, I think they can survive one more Lord that's on ONIC, and then maybe they can try to steal for the other. But something to note, I didn't notice, ONIC's draft, there's very little magic damage, but the fact that Ureshi had to build an Oracle for himself means that He's respecting Sans. The fact that Ghost Bursters might deal enough damage to take down this unbending Will Arlott.
And it's strange to see because ONIC aren't really clumping up in these team fights, right? And usually when you have a cold altar to play with, you want to just clump up, and that's why OP really went in on this box composition. Thing is, ONIC have been very sporadic in the way they tackle these team fights, but like you mentioned, low magic damage, only Sans. Basic, just bottle win of nature. So that is definitely a power spike for him that he can utilize.
Well, don't forget, keep your eyes on Keyboy. He's got his flicker back up again, and we saw how much damage he can do with the Minoan Fury, and with the third hit of it being flickered into the middle of the enemy team, getting big knockups as well. At least for Outplay, they can recognize we can try to cancel it out, but that's a lot of resources that's being dedicated to Keyboy.
Here we go, Lord crashing on through. Mid goes down, bottom up next. There's a wave up top that Kyrie's brought in.
Okay, this is just the siege right now. Oh, Basic is going to be engaged on right there. Doesn't do enough damage onto Kyrie. Still going to be able to be super safe in the back. Boots pops in Black Dragon form. Real world inflation pops down as well. Rishi can be zoned away from the team. Doesn't have the final slash anyway, so look for anything more. And ONIC say we're happy with 2 base turrets. We might look for 1 more as we go and invade first.
Well, to be fair, Hoon doesn't have the RWM. If they really want to force it, they can absolutely do so on the second wave, right?
Oh, final slash. It actually brings Sans back, but he has to call Alter, and now the collapse on the back. CW with the laser to wet onto the base. Hoon gets taken very low, still saving that flicker right now. Kyrie is going to be caught. He has the dashes though, and CW now is going to be able to melt them down 1 by 1. It's a double kill for CW. A 3 for 0 as ONIC will still pull back the discipline. They do not want to force it.
It's dangerous. They're very low. They're very low. It's hard. Kyrie might survive, yes, but maybe not Keyboy. Maybe not CW, but they're still going to push.
16 seconds on the clock for the death timers right now. The base is wide open, and CW will just go for it right now with a battle mirror image. 15 minutes in. No minions, but it does not matter. Dominance in game number 1 presented by ONIC.
I told you, as soon as that RWM is down, at least they know for a fact they cannot force anything onto ONIC's side. So they're the ones holding the tempo. They're the ones holding the initiative to go back into these fights. And I think even for Outplay, they're like, man, that's really rough. When we don't have the tempo, when we don't have the lead, it feels like ONIC just control them.
It begs to be questioned. Were there nerves in play? It looks like Outplay was not in the zone, both in their movements and even as they were shown on camera. Even Hoon couldn't believe what happened.
I think it's one of those situations where you come in, you feel confident, but as the game gets dragged on, you realize you're deeper and deeper in this deficit. That's when the nerves really hit you the hardest. And I can only imagine, especially for Shark, right? How exactly do you engage? Every single time he makes that initial catch, oh, call Altar. What's next? Backline of my team gets hit by the Minoan Fury.
Honestly, I feel like in that game, it wasn't nerves. It was just simply them being outclassed, right? I mean, the macro plays, the little decision-making, the wave manipulation, all these little wins build up, and these little wins in lane as well. The fact that, you know, they have 2 winning side lanes, despite having CW on a weak side, not a lot of resources placed onto him, shows you just how good ONIC were, maybe even levels above.
What made me say it was nerves is because Shark, he was having a hard time, yes, but 9 out of 10 of his jumps caught somebody. 9 out of 10 could lead to a death, lead to a kill for Outplay, and then maybe conversion elsewhere. Basically, death ball strategy, what won RSG Philippines last year's MSC title on an MSC rookie, right, making a debut. But after the first 2 or 3 minutes, after the second turtle specifically, Best Player 1 did want nothing with Kyrie.
I think you could say that, you know, one of the...
Oh, no!
डेन्जर खायो ओपीले मजै आएन मलाई त हेर्नलाई ओपी ओनिक भने त ब्रान्ड भइसक्यो नि
I've been waiting for too long.
Minotaur pisaj. Palca, 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 palca. Oh, palca, palca.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! Five seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Keep up the rhythm.
First blood! Double kill! Triple kill!
Speed, precision, and strength.
Mega kill!
That is faster and faster.
You have slain an enemy!
Cinta kill हुन्छ अरे यहाँ
Killing spree! Mega kill!
What the fuck is
Enemy has been slain!
One strike, one kill.
Unstoppable!
Keep up the rhythm.
Ally has been slain. Enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Ally has been slain.
Faster and faster.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Speed, precision, and strength.
ओइ नमले ड्यामेज छैन
Or not to be.
Mega kill. Out of it. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been unstoppable.
One strike, one skill. precision and strength.
Nereye geldi o ne kadar? That's still.
Destroy the turret.
Keep up the rhythm.
Double kill.
One strike, one kill.
Double kill.
To be or not to be. Speed, precision, and strength.
Bak. Mori.
Initiate retreat.
To be
Okay.
or not to be.
Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
Keep up the rhythm.
Shut down. Double kill. Launch attack.
One strike, one skill.
Enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Launch attack. Killing spree. Wipe out.
녹수가게 졌네 알지.
Victory.
You guys.
You got it. You got a good time.
Battery. Hi. Hello. बाहर गेम बड़ा आयो तिमी ट्रेन बाट सोलो
Come on, Dexter. It's our showtime.
Purify. Purify. Naomi. CC छ नि दुई तिनवटा CC छ भाइ ठिकै हुन्छ
Welcome to Mobile Legends! Five seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Show me the money.
First blood!
Claude and Dexter are always ready if you prepare your lunch.
आम्मामा के हाल्नु
Show me the money.
Ally has been slain.
It's back, not armpit. Stop. Show me the money.
Ally has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Show me the money.
You have slain an enemy.
Me? A thief? No. I'm only borrowing this.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Double kill. Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
introduce you to my partner, Dexter!
Ally has been slain.
Hey there, Dexter says you're ugly, not me. Dexter, are you getting fat lately?
와.
Shut down. Double kill. Enemy has been slain.
Let me have a close look. Wow, priceless. I'm home, Los Picados.
You have slain an enemy. Ally has been slain. Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed.
F 끄는 거 진짜.
Enemy has been slain.
Gold is dear. Diamond is dear. Neither can be given up now. Show me the money. There's a crazy rumor that my partner
Launch attack.
beautiful girl.
Ally has been slain.
Show me the money. Keep an eye on the enemy, Dexter. Let me introduce you to my partner, Dexter!
Under attack.
Fire, Dexter!
Our turret has been destroyed. You have slain an enemy. Enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill. Base is under attack.
섞어. 나이스. 이렇게 노리는 거네, यार.
what's the current frame rate, and more importantly, when exactly is he going to throw it? Because this projectile, it needs to collide together. That's when you go for the BMI.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, ONIC. One more game to secure match or the match entirely and actually become first.
Collide together, that's when you go for the BMI.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, ONIC. One more game to secure match or the match entirely and actually become first seed of the group.
That's right, it'll make it all the more interesting when OP does eventually meet the local champions in Burn X Flash. Looking at the start here, very similar to game one. It's a duo in mid, both junglers starting up purple, and then a man-to-man defense in their side lanes. Interestingly enough, you hear the crowd.
This is beautiful.
It really is. It really is. It's great to hear that the crowd are both excited for OP as well as ONIC.
Got a few stacks.
He's not going to die here, right? Okay, he's
fine.
totally fine. Okay, so early rotations again. We are not seeing the early rotations, especially from the roamers, or even the super boost of sacrificing a little bit of EXP just to make sure that your jungler hits level 4 a lot earlier than your opponent.
Something to note, instead of the Purify, basically he's rocking into the Sprint. A little bit of throwback. It's been a few months since Sprint got nerfed itself. It's not as strong as it used to be when he got reworked, but
Okay, dive attempt right now. Best player one doing some damage, but Boots now gonna be able to dish out some damage. Sans rotates down below. First blood is picked up, and the jungler will fall. And Reshi, he fell to the turret. The turret took him down, yeah?
very expensive, 2 for 1.
Interesting. Best player had his ult the entire time there. I thought for sure he was gonna 100 to 0 somebody.
He get the stacks.
He needed stacks. He had plenty of great health, to be fair. He was put down to pretty low, but he wanted to make sure that that kill goes over to the right people. Oh wait, hold on, Shark.
Oh man. Be able to escape for a bit.
But he wanted to make sure that that kill goes over to the right people. Oh wait, hold on, Shark.
Oh man, there's another pick off right now with the endless shards as well. Harry's taken low, but he's still gonna be able to escape for a bit until the Emperor's Wrath comes down. Keyboy needs to be very careful now. Jumping in with a vengeance, walking Hoon down, just one more hit with a vengeance again. Keyboy, does he do it? No way, Keyboy. One more hit, and he buys enough time. He baits Hoon over for Sansa to pick up the kill, and it ends up being, I think, worth it for OP.
No, it was a mid for a roamer.
It was mid for a roamer, to be fair, and worst off yet, Hoon was just looking to try and get the level 4 as soon as possible, and unfortunately, Sans was the one doing his job. So it's a little interesting to see how this dynamic is working, but notice that we see the macro movements across the map, right? Shark is going to start this off first, take his time with it, and then allow the rest of the... Oh, Reshi.
Final slash. That's the end of shards.
Like, kill?
Oh, down. What? Shark even gets a little bit of that damage, and
Yeah.
this is what we mentioned with the Uranus pick as well. That burst they needed, and with a Purify or a Sprint, you can't really escape from it.
Yeah, no, the consecration at this level of the game, level 4, it's very slow. Now look at the aggression from ONIC, cordoning away the rest of OP. Clear turtle take for ONIC, slowly building up that lead, 500, 600 in about 3 minutes. Something to talk about here is the fact that we haven't really seen much action from the gold lane. But wait, Shark's fine.
He's all right. He's all right. But yeah, speaking of the gold lane, right? Again, this is a reverse matchup. Previously, it was going to be CW on Cloud versus on the Cloud versus Basic on the Beatrix. And I would say that Basic was actually doing a pretty good job in the lane. Now, this is a bit of a switcheroo here. CW now maintaining this lane very, very well. It's going to be a relatively difficult matchup until we get a little bit of that support, and that's when we see the rest of Outplay making their way up to this top side.
It's about a minute and a half until we get this second turtle, and we've yet to see a big ticket bite down. We haven't really seen Bloody Hunt doing much, and so far we have to acknowledge the unparalleled genius. Kairi has achieved 14 legendaries, 1 maniac, and 7 triple kills, and of course 10 first bloods in MPL IDS 11 alone. That's some numbers right there.
Well, you know, season 10, he took home 3 trophies as well. So, you know, if you want to keep on stacking.
His first season.
His first season ever. So in the second season, the team just really clopped around him. And you can see even here, the mechanical prowess from Keyboy just showing up, able to just sidestep easily Shark's Iron Hook. And they're controlling this side of the map so easily. They're controlling the neutral objective and even giving an invade threat super early on.
Yeah, they're just making sure that OP doesn't get to beeline it for their game plan as soon as possible, right? It's about efficiency, and if ONIC can slow it down, then this is going to be a slow burner, a slow bleed until we see the item power spikes come on through. Amon, for an example, already with the Genius one is looking very, very nice, and the coverage of the different types of damage that we mentioned before, magic and as well as the attack and the physical damage, is looking really, really good. So people like Ureshi, he's going to need both the Dominance Ice as well as an Athena Shield just to sustain.
And that's going to overload the economy of outplay. Not to mention he's rocking the penetration boots. This Amon hurts, whether he finds best player, Shark, or even Ureshi, specifically Ureshi, who again has to start building what? An Athena Shield plus a Radiant Armor in the late game. It's so hard to be outplayed right now.
Oh no, Bloody Hunt is ready, Basic. He's still holding on to that Battle Mirror image. Gonna be gunned down right now as the Flicker comes through. It's still gonna be 1-for-1. Gold lane for Gold lane. Silence trying to escape right now. Who needs damage? Best player won! They just won the retreat battle, but he gets taken out of the board as well. It's a 2-for-2, but it was a shutdown.
Oof, how worth it was it? Marksman for Marksman, jungler for mid laner.
But here's what's unfortunate. They put the money on Shark. They gave the roamer the kills. He got 2K there.
So technically, in terms of gold efficiency, ONIC is going to come up on top ever so slightly. But at the end of the day, the itemization is going to be super interesting here, right? Oh, this isn't going to kill, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, not going to kill, but 1.8K is a lot of damage, and I think at a certain point you have to start considering whether Radiant Armor is probably the better way to go about it, just to kind of cover the situations, plus maybe even a Twilight Armor.
All right, silver lining though, given the double kill that Shark got, he already built himself a good chunk of defensive items, magically speaking, as well as best player. So they're gonna try to stop this invasion. It's gonna get better for them. It's gonna get better. The map coverage, I'd say, much better.
I think as of right now, in the state of this game, right, ONIC are going to be leaning on the two linchpins, Sands as well as Kyrie. Eventually, the rest of them are going to come back up into this game with their physical damage, but let's see how this fight actually breaks out.
All right, Keyboard still holding on to that final slash, probably waiting for a few more members to be visible on the map. But both of the teams, they disengage. They know that there's nothing worth fighting for here in the mid lane, and they just transition over to that bottom lane. Basic is really rotated a bit earlier so that he can get better farm, better space to farm, but now you can already see the response. He took it up top and is rotated also down below.
Yep, it's too hot up there. Not a good space, not a good place for basically missing that hook by an agent. There's a bite down!
Quicker Bloody Hunt. Kyrie's locked down right now, and the damage comes through again. Keyboy with the final slash, a bit too late to save his jungler. And now with this, they should be able to threaten this turtle or this turret take, and it should just go down for free.
That's a shutdown kill as well. Kyrie was sitting at 3-1 there.
3-1,
so
yes.
that stops the streak and gives a good amount of gold over to OP. Given what? 300 gold now. This is the first time in this series that OP are calling the shots.
Yes, and that's great because this was an amazing call coming in from Outplayed, right? They sent their 3 members downside because in the previous game we saw this happen again on that second turtle. The fact that ONIC was looking to try and punish Basic.
Nice try, Grand Theft Turtle there, but Keyboy didn't have the right amount of damage. Again, this is a roamer Arlot, but look at this. Purple. Oh, best player! Nope, Sun's got it. Close call. Attempted though.
Still not on Kyrie though, so I think it's still a win for Outplay. They are
Displaced
hitting
it.
Kyrie. Yeah, displaced it, and best player 1 has a level lead now on Kyrie. ONIC, they've lost their gold lead completely in the early game, and this is where Outplay can literally use the mid-game power spike. As you just mentioned, they utilize it instantly. Keyboy gets picked off, and Outplay are on the board.
Franco.
Yep, Shark is really feeling himself now. He's getting a bit of momentum for his team. His Bloody Hunts have really turned this around for them, and the lead is slowly starting to add up. Like, look at your Ureshi. He's already finished his first item. He's almost about to complete it. At least should be completing his second item, and I think he should generally be okay for the rest of the game. But I can't say the same for the rest of the team of ONIC. How far are they going to hold back? Because if we're talking about scaling, right, it's only going to be CW and as well as Sands, who's going to be the majority damage dealer. Boots, we haven't really seen him get into the fights like game at number 1, and I think they're trying to set up for that situation all over again for this first coming Lord.
And OP somehow may have gotten used to it. After game 1 and maybe a majority of game 2, they understand when and where Boots comes in with the Black Dragon form.
Yep.
So they understand that now, specifically Basic and Hoon. Looking at the items here, it's best player 1 versus the 1. Very low. That's a fight. Oh! Close call, close call. Loving the Radiant armor.
Oh.
Radiant Armor saves his life there, but he's a little low. He may need to recall here, or at least find something to spell vamp off of, while the rest of the team is going to pull on backwards. ONIC losing 3 of their ults compared to 1 from Ureshi. So, at the end of the day, OP will have first control over this Lord Pit.
Very, very solid. Also, Basic just getting a tier 2 turret down below, using the chaos that his best player was able to kind of force out from
Nice
ONIC.
one.
And now they are in complete control.
That's right.
First Lord spawning, 2,000 gold lead.
Peter has been doing work.
Franco OP.
Half
Đây
of
mà
the
nè.
map, lower half of the map, all belongs to OP.
Franco open.
Majority of them to the name of
Boy, vẫn đi
Basic.
lên chờ.
Yep, look at this, they're doing it again. ONIC, they're trying to make the same play like they did before. And the fact that they revealed themselves on the top side, it means that OP is going to just hard rush this Lord. And now we see ONIC, they're starting to scramble down, hoping to find an opportunity.
Oh, the outplay blitz. They're gonna get it. Clean.
They're giving it over.
There's not much ONIC could do there, right? I mean, they are 2,000 gold behind, and with this mid-game power spike, they need to really understand that if they lose out a team fight, on top of that lose out the Lord, it's going to be too much for them to handle. So they choose to try to go for a trade, but even that doesn't work. They don't get anything off of that top lane push.
I just love the coverage coming in from both Ureshi and as well as Shark. They realize, hey, it's weird to see Kyrie on the top side of that. I know they can't do anything, but what about the rest of our jungle? So they start moving towards that top side, making sure they take safe paths, and they start checking rushes one by one, hoping that maybe they start spotting out the members of ONIC.
This Lord here marching down through bottom lane, outplay taking it slow, letting the waves crash on through organically. Can I just say I missed this type of play? I missed this Uranus, where it's just a walk-in ward, and it basically baits out ults.
I have a very different opinion about that. It's just so annoying. It's so effectively good at what it does that it pisses me off. But the rest of the team, as of right now, this is the very first Lord, so we're not expecting too much of a gold swing at the end of the day, but it should be able to secure OP at least a 4 to 5k gold lead.
It's all blue. The map is all blue, almost 4k ahead. OP are knocking down on ONIC doors.
Only the base turret now left for ONIC. Really in a bad spot right now, and honestly, what do they need to do to come back? Because this composition really, really relies on some map control to get some good picks in. And with this amount of map control on the hands of Outplay, they can utilize their own pick-off composition, with Shark on this Franco continuously just threatening any and all ONIC members.
All right, let's look at the real-time victory rate here. 64%. Looks like there's quite a bit of a swing in this game, and now Ureshi's going to get attacked.
Hello. There you go. One pick over. Where's ONIC, but look at Shark. Oh, the flicker as well. For the airstrike comes down. Kyrie already isolated for the team, but Boots jumps in with a Black Dragon form now onto Hoon. He has the Petrify, but he will not use it in the back line. Basic is able to use the Blazing Duet to isolate Boots all the way. The other members are zoned out. That's the Iron Hook connecting. That's the Bloody Hunt as well. But a final splash from Keyboy connects on the 3. Keyboy jumping in front. Best player 1. Usually they praise this map. He dodges away from it with the flicker. And ONIC returning the tides once again, equalizing the goal.
They overloaded Ureshi's ult, and I think, despite the respectable arsenal that this Uranus is rocking, not against 4, not like that!
Look at the damage though, man. CW gets taken down to a quarter of his HP just with one feathered airstrike. Kyrie clearing out, taking away the orange buff, threatening Basic as well.
Interesting. This is, I mean, it's an interesting set of things that happened. Technically, getting that mid-tier 1 turret wasn't especially necessary, but ONIC wanted to force some momentum on their side to equalize that gold, to hopefully catch up to the next item, Power Spike. Keyboy sacrificing his flicker and final slash just to cancel it out to make sure that no trades will fall into the favor of OP in these next coming minutes. However, that is a big resource already gone, and the Lord, an enhanced Lord, by the way, is spawning.
Yeah, this Lord is closer to 50-50 now. Dare I say maybe even favoring ONIC, given just what happened. They rocked Outplay, who was in the driver's seat. And now check this out. Bush control. Sans does have the Bloody Hunt. I wonder. Even best player has to be careful now. Despite having awesome items, him and Ureshi, they have to be careful. They can't just keep continuing doing the wonton face checking that they were in the past 5 minutes.
4 more seconds until we see Shark get his flicker, and that's what OP is waiting for. They know for a fact that they can win these fights. They just need to find the right targets and let Shark do the work.
Another blitz.
Keyboy Has the position, conceal already. Kyrie getting the conceal as well. OP are on the lure, they have it down, but now the Black Dragon form comes down from Boots, trying to open up the map for the team. Maybe even initiate right now. As best player 1 is able to taunt them up. Boots! Oh, defensive fire on the back line. Who's going to be targeted down with the Furious Dive connecting as well? That's a passive, rolling down. That's going to be basing the back line. Doing so much. Best player 1 wins the retreat battle. CW doing some damage back again on the shark right now. It's a double kill for CW. It's a triple kill for CW.
Messy trade, 4 for 2. OP walks away with a big one, but ONIC took bodies.
Keyboy, he played that perfectly. He absolutely baited like a champion. He's walking in, he's hoping to cancel the feathered airstrike, calls attention to himself. The next thing you know, Boots cancels out an off-tempo play for him, jumps in with the Furious Dive to get the Petrify to cancel out Hoon straight away. Let's look at it one more time because it was so good. Once that feathered airstrike is gone, CW can now participate in this fight. Basic tries his best to take him on the 1v1, but Sans instantly on him, decides to take a bloody hunt instead of anything else.
Well, you're talking about the setup, and I'm looking at the payoff, that Boots, Petrify, all in combo, taking down Hoon as he was flying away. But again, I think that Cerebral was also just importantly for best player, who in the mayhem of all of that, still took away the Luminous Lord.
Wow, man, you gotta give props to best player. I was really surprised. He was 1 HP, the Endless Shards was on him as well. The fact that he just went through all that chaos and still won a retreat battle against Kyrie, hey, this is his debut on the international stage. He's doing pretty good.
Yep, he's got a good pair of pants there. Could build up to something else. Maybe some way, somehow, once these Lord dances get more intense, sells the Molten Essence, gets himself an immortality.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a very good option here. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we are starting to move into the later stages. This is where we're expecting Outplay to start getting very, very strong, basically, and as well as Hoon having enough firepower inside of them. I don't see the Holy Glaive just yet. The Divine Glaive just yet, but it's going to be completed in a little bit, right? No objectives to fight across the map in 70 seconds to get to that point. More than enough time.
I foresee Hoon thinking twice. Should I get immortality first or DG? Either will actually propel them towards a winning position.
It would. It would.
Shark.
Huge.
Oh, best player.
Good instincts, man. Good read on the map. Almost finding Keyboy.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at the bush control that ONIC is holding onto. Again, this is the first time we've actually seen ONIC open on the map. This is the first time we've seen them actually rotating and looking for plays, especially after that last win they had in the top lane.
It's really interesting to see from game number 1, we're seeing that Kyrie's jumping in, trying to bait out and as well as buy time for the rest. And now it's the opposite, right? We are looking for Kyrie, again, still trying to bait out, but he's not a Lancelot, so he can't just use iframes to get out of it. So he has a lot less of a window to work with, but Boots and as well as Keyboy are constantly watching him to save his butt when the time is right.
It's a finer line.
Yes, it's the same as butts.
Boots. It's a finer line that Kyrie's walking this time around. So it's a quick shift in play style. Magic Sentry set up, concealed play by ONIC.
Let's see what they do with this concealed play. Oh, Hoon. Good read on that. Just pops in the wings by wings, gets out safely. Outplay still have a pretty good position to contest for this Lord right now, and the gold lead doesn't really mean much at this moment. 1.6k onto the hands of ONIC right there. Winter Truncheon, beautiful item for Hoon, already completed. Now the dive won't be that much of a threat towards Hoon, and he can actually just hop in the feather airstrike a bit better. Skill hit rate though, 4 of 33 so far.
There you go. All right. It's much lower than the Tyrant's Revenge earlier. That was a very high hit rate.
Well, let's not forget the fact that Shark has been using these iron hooks to clear out these bushes, so it might not necessarily be one of those stats that you can completely trust, but when it matters the most, let's see if he's going to make that difference.
Koresh is very far off. ONIC means business. They're all here.
Okay, Keyboy opening up the map. Final slash onto Hoon. He's trying to bait out that Winter's Truncheon ASAP right now, but best player won. Best player is still going at it. He wants to go. He wants to commit onto it right now. As Boots is going to be able to jump in with Black Dragon form. Best player won for the opening. 50-50. Nope. It's going to be a stun. Beautiful stun from Keyboy. Gets Kyrie the free retribution. Oh, Shark! Finds the hook, but he's canceled away by the final splash. Now with the fight for the airstrike to the back. Basic as well. With Blazing Duet onto Keyboy and Boots melting him down. It's Outplay who's going to be able to dish out so much damage in the back as well.
Basic!
Kyrie going to fall, but he buys just some items here in time. Hoon in the back. Just dishing so much damage, spacing properly. It's a 2 for 2. ONIC won out on the Lord though, so Outplay, they need to back away and they need to respect this Lord.
I mean, we say respect this Lord. Ureshi is going to immediately start proxying. That is a fat wave on that top side. Keyboy, I don't think he should be able to... Wait.
Hoon! 1v1 for the airstrike.
He's got it!
got the
With
stun.
a truncheon, can he do it? Oh, Keyboy's just playing with it, dodging with the skill shot. That's one more, and Hoon has won the 1v1. But Onyx, they've cracked the base open. TW's on the base. This could be it. Number one in the group for Onyx.
What a play! What a move! Oh my God! Keyboy buying just the right amount of time for the rest of the ONIC members to run it down. And you can even see Reshi's face. I'm sorry, Hoon, I gotta leave you. I have to stop the push mid.
Just like RSGSG in Group B, Group C has now been topped by ONIC.
The crowd gave me goosebumps. They yelled like it was a football match, man. Oh my goodness, but GG, well played to ONIC. Coming back from a very, very good lead that Outplay was able to hold against them in the early stage of the game on an Arlet that didn't work too well the first time they tried it. Now, it's doing its job, I would say.
Is this not the same situation when ONIC brought the Arlet Roam out against Burnix Flash? It was a very close match, but they won anyways.
I think a lot of it just comes down to how do they actually maneuver? How do they use their resources?
Oh, wow. We'd love to hear straight from the horse's mouth. Let's hear from ONIC. They're with Miki Harada on stage.
ONIC team! So I might have an interview. So the first one is Kairi. What? Interview? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. សូមសម្លេងហោឲ្យ ONIC មួយមក So the first question is, how do you feel about defeating Outplay and securing top spot in Group A?
I feel good that I got carried by my teammates.
Okay, ក៏អារម្មណ៍ល្អជាមួយនឹងការ secure ជាមួយនឹង sport ជាមួយនឹង Group A របស់គាត់អញ្ចឹង So the next question, between Outplay and Burnix Flash, which team do you think is the stronger team?
For me, Burn next Flash.
Burnix Flash. Okay. So the next question is to Keyboy. ONIC will be advancing to knockout as the first seed. Which team would you want to meet first and why?
Of course, Echo.
Echo, why?
Yeah, because strong.
Strong. Oh, okay. សូមសម្លេងហោឲ្យមួយមក So the next question is still Keyboy. Okay. How do you like the Cambodia fans so far? Are you surprised that ONIC has so many fans here?
Of course, I'm happy and thank you for support us. We can do the best.
Yes, okay អញ្ចឹងអរគុណសម្រាប់ការ support គាត់ហើយគាត់នឹងខំប្រឹងអស់ពីសមត្ថភាពលទ្ធភាពជាមួយនឹងការប្រកួតរបស់គាត់ So next question, Kairi. Any word to ONIC fan?
Thank you for supporting us, and I hope you continue supporting us until playoffs.
Okay អរគុណសម្រាប់ការ support របស់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយក៏សង្ឃឹមថាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នានៅតែបន្តគាំទ្រគាត់រហូតដល់វគ្គ play off Okay សូមសម្លេងហោឲ្យ ONIC មួយមក Okay so now it's done for the interview so let's pass the floor to the caster Thank you
I love it. Confirmed. Cambodia loves ONIC.
And they're not even Cambodian.
Not one of them, no.
Not one of them. Not a single person. And that's the beauty of it. I have seen, did you know that behind some of these chairs are pictures of Keyboy as well as Coach Eb on some of them? It's pretty crazy how much they love this team.
Oh man, I love the Cambodian crowd so much. That really gave me goosebumps. I still can't stop thinking about it. When ONIC won, I was loud, but they were louder. What the heck?
I've never seen a Secret Lab shake that much in my
right.
life.
All right. Last time I felt Secret Lab chairs shaking was when Blacklist played in the playoffs. They're coming up next later on tonight, but let's reel it back, Let's talk about ONIC's victory over Outplay, a 2-0. If y'all will remember, in the last moments, Keyboy actually held down Hoon, who was their last chance at defending. And there was a Luminous Lord. I forgot that a Lord was knocking down because of how intense that 1v1 down bottom was. And now let's award our MVP. Let's give it over to CW, who actually played very similarly to how he did in Game 1, but now he was the weak side. So yeah, strong side, weak side, CW, golden.
Yep, he was holding on to his lane very, very well, minimizing his interactions against, basically. And more importantly, he's just waiting in the shadows. He's like, oh, I'm just going to wait for the rest of my team to do all the heavy lifting. Oh, Feather Airstrike is gone. Perfect. I'm just going to walk in and kill everybody else.
And so far, this is the CW that we always see in MPO Indonesia. The CW that never gets the light in the international stage, the spotlight. Finally, we can get to see him at his maximum potential in the international stage, on the international stage, and it comes here against OP. Even Kyrie said it in the interview, right? When he was getting slain, when he wasn't really able to carry the game, CW stepped in.
Honestly, to me personally, if I had a second recommendation for an MVP, I am looking at, I mean, well, I would like to say two people, but there's a good combination. I mean, Keyboy and Boots technically were working together to stop Hoon, but Sans, the only way that we would expect Outplayed to come up on top, because we know that Hoon was getting shut down a lot, was basically looking for that 1v1 against that Beatrix, and Sans said, no, 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 it's never a 1v1. I won't let you get close to him.
I guess this is why I speak for the desk here. This MVP for Chewe was actually very, I'd say, surprising, is because whenever he would kill people, whenever he would get the payoff, it's off the back of amazing team fights like this, and we'll remember the smaller moments. But look, no, it's CW who's cleaning up house.
Calvin Winata.
That's him.
That is him.
He is just crushing it. I mean, look at the team, and I would agree with Kyrie's statement that, again, he was getting pretty hard carried here to a certain degree. The rest of his team were making sure they were keeping up with his tempo, and Sans, just the perfect bodyguard for CW to turn this game into their favor so very fast. Even though the early game, it went well, mid-game did not go well, late game, that's when they bounced back.
Looking at the items here, I'd say Ureshi and Best Player 1 were threading the needle. Look at this. Ureshi, his only real magic defense was the Tough Boots and the Oracle.
Wow.
Unless he was juggling, this is very risky.
I don't think you want to juggle with the Immortality to an Athena or something like that. So again, it just, I would say, a little bit of a lack of respect there from Ureshi.
This is very risky.
I don't think you want to juggle with the Immortality to an Athena or something like that. So again, just, I would say a little bit of a lack of respect there from Ureshi for the magic damage, because again, sure, most damage maybe it's CW, but Sans, I think Sans is the secondary carry.
Sans and Kyrie.
Sans and Kyrie.
Yeah, that's right. That's the layering that we're expecting. I'm just surprised that I saw the brute force breastplate. It's like, yes, you do stack it up, and yes, you do get a little bit of MR movement speed, but that's like assuming that you are like 10-0 and 10-0 and 10 or something. Like you have a million gold to work with.
At some point, maybe they were. At some point, they were ahead way, right?
Yeah,
like they were 4 or 5K ahead. But looking at how they clawed their way back and shrank that goal lead and eventually came out on top. Kyrie's doing some massive juggling. Look at all these. Look at these bases whack away at the base.
I think right in the try to go for the attack speed for your fighters.
I mean, to be fair, he could have gone for Feather Heaven if he really, really wanted to like maximize on the hit. At the end of the day, that's here, and I think this is the story that we're looking for. Out of the heals, that's the arm.
No, this is a comeback. And here as the Guardian here, 30, 34, 130. The best in the most of all. That makes you think now. What was OP thinking? Saw how they were going for a winning, but we're gonna finish. Win up top.
I think it's the best play here. It was taking all of it, so winning on in the battle. Really, no. I don't really see him much on the team fight.
What's the end game? What's the end game? I think during the second to the last team fight, maybe he was putting Ionic Edge stacks on dudes. He was killing people. Yeah. At some point, where do you become heel and where do you act? Yeah, there's no for you. You're either the word by time
half the map, or you're playing stat people. Where do you go with either thing, right? Just there's a balance to be, yes, a living one that allows macro play, and more importantly, the decision making to be a lot sharper. But the question is, do you get that information? How quickly can you relay it to opponents? Because I would have expected you to start going very, very. You know what? Players, that's us. Know that fails to be the infinity and can every on if we blow.
Would act as board of damage coming in from, and also Sans and Tina. The fact that they didn't go and fully break the magic damage is such a opening up.
Well, we can only one. Now we're going to break. Blacklist. Watch it.
Nothing can stop or restrain. We are a force to be reckoned with. Destiny, kingdom, and man. Shining like Atlas, winning with madness. Count us to practice, that is his matchless. We are the heroes here to slay. Never back down, never astray.
For 6 years, Southeast Asia have been the conquerors of the Land of Dawn. But now, new competitors have arisen, hungry to vanquish C's dominance. 12 teams will come to battle. Only one can be champion. In this MSC, the 12 qualified teams compete in 2 stages. First, the group stage. and then the knockout stage. The group stage starts with a draw. The champions of MPL Indonesia, MPL Philippines, MPL Malaysia, and MSC 2023 Myanmar qualifier are placed in Pool 1. All other competing teams are placed in Pool 2. Pool 1 teams will be distributed across 4 groups: A, B, C, and D. The other 8 teams will be drawn randomly into the other groups. Teams from MPL Indonesia and MPL Philippines will not be drawn into the same group, making sure things stay challenging. Each team will fight each other once, with the winner of each match decided in a best of 3. Only the top 2 teams of each group will advance to the knockout stages. As for the knockout stage format, it will be a single elimination bracket, with each team fighting in a best of 5 series. Teams from the same group won't be drawn into the same knockout matchup. There is no second chance. Losing teams are eliminated from the tournament until it comes to the semi-finals, where losing teams fight for a chance at 3rd place. But after the semi-finals, we come to the grand final in a best of 7 matchup. The knockout stages will take place over 4 days, from June 15th to 18th. No matter which side you stand for, let your voices roar and carry your team as they fight for honor, glory, and victory. Witness history in the making as we see the world this MSC in Cambodia.
My name is John Marvilla Luna. I am the team captain and the tank support of Blacklist International. My favorite MLBB hero would be Estes. And I think alam naman na ng karamihan yun. And favorite ko siya kasi ever since talaga na naging into gaming ako, sobrang hilig ko na talaga yung mga support heroes, yung mga utility heroes. And parang sobrang fit kasi siya talaga sa playstyle na meron ako. Yeah, of course, kung hindi iba ba ng kalaban. Siguro kung magkakaroon ako ng superpowers, yung katulad na lang din siguro ng favorite hero ko na si Estes. Para ma-heal ko lahat ng mga broken-hearted. My real life hero would be my mother. Kasi ever since na bata pa lang ako, grabe na talaga yung mga sakripisyo niya para supportahan ako. Hindi lang ako actually, kundi yung buong pamilya ko. Talagang ginagawa niya lahat para mabigay yung mga pangangailangan namin pang araw-araw. And actually, kaya sobrang inspired din ako gawin yung mga na-achieve ko ngayon dahil talaga sa kanya. Kasi marami siyang value na naituro sa akin na ayun yung ina-apply ko ngayon. Biggest rival in MSC. For me, pili ko lahat naman biggest rival kasi this is battle of champions Kumbaga battle of the best. Pero kung merong isang team siguro, it would be Echo. Kasi ilang beses na kami nilang dinurog So parang magandang mabawian sila sa grand finals. And siguro para magawa namin yun, kailangan talaga namin hindi lang basta doblehan, kundi triplehan yung ginagawa namin pagpa-practice. Yes, sila na sumusuporta sa Blacklist International, sa Blacklist Agents, sa viewers pa. Maraming salamat sa walang sawang suporta nyo. And sana patuloy nyo pa rin kami suportahan yan kahit anong mangyari. And maraming salamat.
can stop or restrain. We are a force to be reckoned with. Destiny, kingdom, and reign. Shining like Atlas, winning with madness. Count us subtract, the status is matchless. We are the heroes here to slay. Never back down, never astray.
Hey guys, Rose here from MPL Malaysia.
It's Mirko from Indonesia.
Morning, yung Mickey. Mabibigay ka pa
Here from California.
It's North America's favorite caster here.
الله تعالى وبركاته. معكم منعاد من المغرب. أحباء المشاهدين معكم يحدث من العراق.
Sam Diablo for IGSG.
ก็ชื่อเอจิมาจากประเทศลาว Sky TV from Echo Philippines. I'm Yawi from Echo Philippines. I am Raime from Pine Esport. I am from Myanmar. I'm Chma, one of the junglers in Cambodia.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته جمهور موبايل ليجند الكريم منورين أحلى عيلة وأحلى جمهور في الدنيا.
And I just want to tell you guys all to get hype and to get excited for MSC 2023.
All the underdogs are coming from across the world to go and compete against the pros, against the favorites.
With that being said, hashtag see the world and hashtag roar for MSC.
Roar for MSC.
Dan Kotoda, buat betul-betul and langgar semua betul-betul, alright?
Hashtag roar for MSC. Hashtag see the world.
تفضلوا تعالي جميع. Roar for MSC and see the world.
Hashtag roar for MSC, hashtag see the world, GG.
Roar for MSC and see the world.
And Shark, I know you're hungry for first place.
Outplay them, outclass them, outstyle them. Let's go get them, boys.
Türkiye şampiyonasını güzel bir şekilde kazandık. Umarım MSC'de güzel şeyler yapacağız. See the world, roar for MSC. Don't forget to watch us in MSC. I hope you support us on MSC. See the world and roar for MSC.
It's time to roar for MSC and hashtag see the world.
Hi, I'm Danere James Del Rosario, also known as Wise, and I'm the jungler of Blacklist International. Ang favorite Mobile Legends hero ko is si Sanshin, and kasi Korean siya general. Tapos yung kit niya sa paglalaro, sa yung passive niya, yung skills niya overall. Tingin ko medyo 50-50 yung paggamit ko sa kanya sa MSC 2023 kasi yung meta ngayon hindi masyadong pabor kay YSS, so mahirap siya ipasok sa sa game, lalo pagka ang kalaban mo is mga pro player din and yung mga best of the best tulad ng mga champion and sa mga first runner up, medyo mahirap siya. Ang qualities ng mga hero is inuuna yung iba kaysa sa sarili nila, and yun yung mga hindi sila selfish pagka hero ka, talagang unahin mo talaga yung mas ikakabuti ng iba kaysa sa sarili mo. Ang real life hero ko is yung parents ko, syempre, kasi sila yung sa akin nagsilang, and simula dun sa pagkabata ko, sila na yung kung ano ako ngayon, sila yung dahilan nun kung ba't ako tumagal sa mundo. Medyo mahirap yung buhay namin, and yung mama ko is nag-OFW para supportahan kami. And nung nag-start na ako as a pro player, mas sinuportahan pa ako ng mama ko na i-pursue yung pangarap ko. And siya talaga yung pinaka sa akin, nagtiwala. Nung wala pa sumusuporta sa akin, siya talaga yung andyan, number 1 supporter ko. So, sa kanya ko talaga nakuha yung motivation na i-push tong pangarap. Hanggang sa ngayon na successful na ako na pro player. Si mama talaga hindi siya
पांच बंदा सिगार
euphony of suffering.
Marksman गर्छु नि म के छ त्यसो भए तेरो त टोकन सुन्न त्यो एटलासको साट्नु मिल्छ हामीले कतिले पुग्दैन त्यत्रो छ हुनु पर्यो नि त मुजी मसँग अहिले 14,48 वटा छ टोकन
के हो यो पिक डबल एमएम
होना मेज एम्ब्लम छ यसरी न हो म्याक्समेन खेल्नु पर्यो छ हौ को छ त माथि यसले
Your death is music in my ears. I will post the greatest knot with your corpse.
के त गोल्डन मा गएको
Want to take a look inside?
मरे मरे तर मर्दिन म किन जान्ने हो त मैले यो खेले यार अर्को खेल्नु पर्छ
Let's make this quick.
I have never been to heaven bro तान्देऊ न सेक्सी भन्देऊ न ट्राई गर्ने हो
Let's make this quick.
bro hook अलि लाको मुजी सेदिन लिएको छ हाम्रो आगोको छ क्या राबिसँग हाल्दै दुईजनालाई लाग्यो स्पेयर अफ डिस्ट्रक्ट सँगै कम्प्लीको ड्यामेज हो
Let's make this quick.
के
Wanna take a look inside?
अनि डाँडा टाढोदेखि खेल्छ त के गर्नु अनि
Your death is music. Don't even try. Behold.
Sikis. मेरो ड्यामेजले गर्दा मरेको Somehow I got it here. Yeah.
Let's make this quick.
मरेमा Hello. त्यस्तै हो लुगिरहनु पर्छ अब चाहिँ त्यो भिट्टामा टसँग गरेर त मुजी
You're dead. I only fight myself. No one else. Wanna take a look inside? Don't even try.
आमा तिमी तीनजना आयो नन्दी हाल्ने एकताल पछि न आयो मेरो यसमा ल ल ल अर्को Ravi.
Wanna take a look inside? I only fight for myself. No one else.
Hello, good. Silver dice. Fighter the tank. खेलेको बाबु मरि खेल्न पाउँछ
Your team destroyed a turret. Your team destroyed a turret.
Let's make this quick.
Oh.
Understood.
हेर्न फोन अर्केको छ ए लामोको बनाउने
Don't even try escaping my sight. Your death is music to my ears.
Killing spree.
I will compose the greatest sonata of your corpse.
Ult ready. Retreat from the Lord.
यहाँ छ चाउ यहाँ छ
Escaping my sight.
हाल चाउ यहाँ
Wanna take a look inside?
म चाउलाई ढुक्छु यहाँ यसको बफमा
Behold,
Enemy has been slain.
Fuck you. You no,
Let's make this quick.
कस्तो पसिना आउनु थालेको छ यार छ्या Okay.
I will compose the greatest sonata with your corpse.
Run निकले
Wanna take a look inside? You're dead. Music. No one else.
एक किल हाने मुझे एक किल त चाहियो नि त
Let's make this quick.
Our turret is under attack. Enemy has
Behold my crescendo. Your death is music to my ears.
चक 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 कति बनाए यार यो स्किल जसबारी जित्दैछ के हो त हल्का त बबाल जाँदै रहेछ त ओइ दामी ओइ कसरी माथिस ओइ पहिले कस्तो बबाल हान्नेको पिछाले सेकेन्ड स्किलले क्या बेट हान्छ त्यसको
Our turret has been destroyed.
तो टाँसेर हान्ने बानी छ क्या मेरा
Let's make this quick.
म ट्याङ्क खेल्छ
Don't even try to get on my side.
खाना मरो
Wow.
स्टोन भेटेका मैले ओपी ड्यामेज देखि किन मैले कति ड्यामेज बनाएको डिफेन्स बनाएको ड्यामेज बनाएको ड्यामेजै छैन हान्ने पनि हुन्न बा ट्याङ्क खेल्दै यार म ल लक को टेंशन किन गर्दै छ तिमी
I will compose the greatest sonata with your corpse.
Ult is not ready.
Wanna behold my crescendo bullet? Don't even try.
आय फर्किसके त म कोही ट्याङ्क यहाँ त ट्याङ्क टर्न भइसक्यो
Don't give up. Good game. Our turret is under attack.
Your death is amusing.
Our turret is under attack. Destroyed. Under attack.
Our turret
has been destroyed. Our base is under attack.
Let's make this quick. Don't even try. Inside.
Enemy has been slain.
Wanna take a look inside?
Enemy has been slain.
बदलाली गर्ने हो त्यहाँ मैले भर्खर आउँदै थिएँ त चेलिनालाई मारेर
Request backup.
रड हान्ने
Initiate retreat.
Your death is music to my ears. Let's make this quick.
Anak-anak non di dalam